Hello dudes, it's me Alanis10 here, back with another Wynncraft quest guide. Today we are taking a look at Ensemble of Hope. It's a level minimum of 118 and it's a very long quest, and it does include some fighting, so bring potions. It requires completing the quest Overture to Despair, which has its own prerequisites of course. This quest will give you access to the capital, a Lumia citadel. Meet up with your friends in room number 5 in Hotel Hyloch at those coordinates. We're going to start off by clicking to track it. We are starting in Hyloch in the square, and we're going to make our way over toward the bank here and then turn to the right to enter the hotel. And then we're going to go to the right and then up the stairs here, to the left and then to the right to room 5. And now we're going to talk to the group here. So we're going to talk to Sui. And then Rex is going to show up. And then they're going to call Seth over. And now we're going to try to come up with a plan for what we're going to do next. And then Rex is basically going to say that we need to get some backup from the resistance in Auburn, basically. And we're going to go and take over the control of the elevator at the dam. So we're going to say, sounds good. And now we're going to leave the hotel and we're going to go make our way over to the dam. We're just going to go the same way we took before. And now we're going to go straight across here. And we're going to go up the stairs here. And then we're just going to go along the sort of water side here. So we're just going to jump across. And then go along the water all the way over to the tower at the dam. So now here we can just swim across. And then we can join up the main road here. And then we find the rest of the gang here. So now we can talk to them. And we're going to say, let's do this. And if you die in this upcoming fight, you can just take the same way to get back. And now we're going to attack the guards here. And this fight does have several stages and a sort of boss in the end. These ones throw the grenades as well. Now we're gonna have to fight the boss, the Wings Commander. And we can see that Sui is joining into the battle as well with some ice magic. Or maybe it's this guy. I just assumed it was Sui. There we go. And now we're gonna get to talk to them again, and we're gonna see a bit of a cutscene as well. So now we'll see that there's more soldiers, but Sui's gonna deal with them. But Sui's about to be ambushed. Luckily, Rex notices this and she's gonna save her just in time. And now Rex is going to yell at Sui for being impulsive and almost getting shot. And we're basically gonna come up with the next step, which is to sync up with the rest of the group over in the Mistwoods with Rex, and while Sui and Seth go over to get some resistance members in Auburn. So we're gonna say, let's meet at the canopy. So now we're gonna make our way over to the Mistwood. So we're just gonna follow along the road here. And then we can just take this main road down this way. And then here we can turn to the right. And now we're just gonna follow this road until we get to the cave where you first met the sort of members of the canopy over in the quest Shrouded in Mist. So we're just gonna follow along the road here until basically almost the edge to the rough works. And here's the cave, so we're just gonna enter. And then down here, we're going to jump across. And then we can see this sort of hole in the wall. Then we can talk to these guys. And we're going to meet Rory. It's going to meet us and let us in. So now we just follow Rory in. And now we can speak to Yumin. And now here we can speak to Quill and Yuli. And we can say what's wrong. And basically they're going to reveal that everyone was saved from the Dirage prison. And now we have the opportunity to sort of catch up with everyone. If you've done one of the side quests, there's even more NPCs over there to talk to. But we can talk to Yumin and Yusanu. They're going to sort of say that they have figured out the Weaver apparatus that we stole from Sosu, the Resonance Weaver. And they're going to show that it sort of is doing some weird magic. And we're going to say, don't touch it. And we are gonna think we know what it is, and we think that it's related to corruption somehow, and that we'll tell them later. And now we're gonna go up the stairs here, and we're gonna speak to Rex and Asel. And we're gonna say sure. So now we're gonna have a meeting with everyone, basically. We're gonna come up with a plan on what to do next and how to take down the queen. And now the others from Auburn will show up as well. So the plan is basically splitting up into different groups, and we're gonna infiltrate the citadel. Us, the player, will sort of act as a decoy to sort of say that we will meet with the queen, while one group attacks the entrance, and then basically another group infiltrates through some old caverns. And we're gonna say, yes, we are sure about sort of distracting the queen with an audience, and we're gonna tell them what we know about the War of the Realms and everything. And then we're gonna explain that basically the queen is sort of not who she seems. And now we can go rest over here. We're gonna go click on the bed. Now, a few days later, we're gonna wake up and the plan will be finalized. So we're gonna listen to Asel talk about the plan. And then one group will also go into Hyloch to attack the queen at the festival. So now we can leave, and we're gonna go and meet Sui over in Hyloch. So we're gonna take the way we took before. So we're just gonna parkour across and then follow the road all the way to Hyloch. And here we can turn and take the road over to Hyloch. And then in here, we're going to meet Sui at the newspaper shop. So we're basically just going to go in here and talk to this guy, and Sui will appear, and we're going to say the password is move. And then Sui is going to push him aside, and we're going to go and barge into their meeting. And now we're basically going to ask them one final time if they're going to take action. And they're going to refuse. And so we're going to leave. And then we can talk to Sui outside. We're going to see that some of them actually changed their minds, and this guy wants to take action. So we're going to say, what was that for? And then this other person will also appear. And they're gonna say that they're gonna offer to help us, basically, by doing what they can, spreading rumors. And now they're gonna leave. We're gonna talk to Sui. And now we're gonna go back to the hotel to get some rest. And back to our room. Oh. There we go. And then we can click on the bed. And now it's us, so we just have to make our way over to the entrance of the citadel. So we're gonna leave the hotel. And now we're gonna take the main road over to the capital. So we're just gonna leave. And now we can just follow this road here. And this upcoming part does have some fighting in it. So if you die, just take the way we just took basically to get back. Now we can just go up the stairs. And then here we can talk to the Gendarme soldiers. And we're going to say that we're here to basically give ourselves up. And now we're going to be brought in front of the queen. And we're going to say I'm turning myself in. And here we are. We can see this meeting with the queen. And now they're going to be interrupted. And now we've been taken to the jail. We can turn around and click on this wall here. We can see that Sosu's here as well. She's been imprisoned since Echoes of Change. We can ask Sosu and we can talk to her. And we're going to say that Yusanu is still alive. And now we're going to be interrupted. That 2 is outside here. And she's going to basically say that she knows that we have something going on. Now we're going to be brought out of prison to have an audience with the queen. And in here you actually have some time to read this note as well, which basically says to not let Sosu out. And now we're going to have our audience with the queen. So we have to stand over here. And we just wait for 2 to take a seat. And they're basically going to say that they know we have something going on. We're going to say, what are you planning? And we're going to say, I won't join you. Now they're going to hear that the gates of the capital are being attacked. So Majin is going to take action. And then the others will leave as well. And they're going over to the festival, basically. Now we're going to talk to 2. And she's going to leave through her portal with us. And in here, we're going to see a bunch of different mirrors that we're going to walk through. So we're going to walk, or just click on it actually. Then we're going to go over to this one that's not broken and click on that one as well. And then we're going to go straight forward to this one that's not broken. And here we're going to see some visions of sort of possible future where darkness has taken over the Wynn province. So we're just going to run through here basically, dodging all the various dark enemies. I'm just going to teleport to run past them. There, we're going to have some more dialogue. And then we're going to avoid this massive void hole and go around it. And then here we can see the final mirror. We're going to click it to get out of here. And now we're going to see a sort of different perspective, which is light taking over Gavel. So we're going to do the same. We're going to run through here. Also dodging the enemies. And then some more dialogue. And then another exit mirror. And then here we are at the gate to Fruma. Then we have another mirror to click on. And we're basically what 2 is explaining is without the queen, those futures is what would happen. And now we've broken into seeing some of 2's sort of past or future or something along those lines. And then she's going to catch us in the vision. She's going to expel us. So we're not allowed to see this. And now we're here with her again. And then she's going to leave us. And basically by now, our group is going to be ambushed over in Hyloch. So we have to get out of here. So we're going to leave. We're going to take the stairs down this way. Now we have to fight our way through the palace, but generally you can just run. There's only really one boss at the very end. We're gonna run this way, then go over here to the right, take the stairs down, and then through here, and then through this open door to the right. And then over here, we turn to the right as well. And then to the left. And then here is the hallways from the Queen's Recruit quest. So we're going to run through here. And then here, cut to the right and try to take the stairs down. And then here, the exit will be blocked. So now we have to fight this guy to get out of here. And when they sort of block, they shoot out projectiles and basically do reflection damage. So there's not really a point in attacking when they do that. So now you can see it doesn't really help if we attack while they're blocking. And there we go. Now the door's gonna open and we can exit and escape the palace. And now we'll meet Rory down here. So we can quickly run before everything else in here aggroes and talk to him. Now we have to follow him into this sort of secret door in the wall. And then here we can see that they've taken over this part of the capital and it's acting as a safe zone. And we're gonna say, for the most part, and now we have to catch up with the others. So we're gonna go over here first and then by the trade market speak to Yuli. And then we're gonna go over here to Human. And we're gonna say I'm alive. Now we're gonna go into the bank here and then over to the right and talk to Fuhu. And we're gonna say disappointed. And then we're gonna turn around. And now we can go into this meeting room here and speak to Yusanu and Asael and Quill. And we're gonna say 3. The owls basically, or the group in Hyloch, we haven't heard from. And though they have been ambushed basically in Hyloch. So now Rory is gonna appear. And we're gonna say I'll go to save them. And now we're gonna be shown a sort of fast travel into the safe zone so you don't have to go through the maze that is the capital every time to get here. And it's right here, so now you can just click on here, or step usually. There we go. And there we go, quest completed. It takes you through this little tunnel and you can use this fast travel to get back into just the safe zone. The entrance to the capital is right over here. And yeah, that's quest completed. 41 million experience points, 4 liquid emeralds, access to the citadel, and this item, Democritus. And yeah, that's it for this quest guide. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.